What is up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another episode of Chigamon Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car, Steel and Aluminum, Draco Springs, RK Motorsports Consulting with our buddy Randy Keene, and Earl Ramey Racing Engines. I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up, you guys?
Yous guys. What it is?
I thought you done hit a button over here in a remix or something. I didn't know what you had going on.
No, I just said, what it is? I hit a button that time.
Yeah, you did. I don't know, man. It's raining.
It's lightning. It's thunder.
We had pretty good size hail here just a little bit ago.
Yes. Told me we might need a battery backup or something on here.
Yeah, hopefully it's gone now for a little while. But yeah, we had well, I say that we went from January, February raining every day pretty much to, I saw yesterday, or yeah, Saturday, one every day, that we had the sixth on record since 1940 something, the sixth driest April. We had 150 thousandths of an inch of rain, which is a little over eighth of an inch of rain.
That ain't much.
Ain't a whole lot.
Not a whole lot at all.
I think we got about 2 inches today already.
In about 20 minutes.
Yeah, it come down quick. So
Quick like in a hurry.
I guess it's a good thing.
I reckon. Anyway, well, speaking of the week, how was your week last week? What did you have fun?
I did. Had a ball as always. It goes so fast, you know. We keep saying it every week. We get on here, and I'm gonna say it again. Guess what? We had again. We had baseball
and gymnastics
2 days in a row, or 2 days last week. Gymnastics, church, and then we record this show here also.
Somewhere in between that.
Somewhere in there. So yeah, it pretty much ties up the week pretty good. Had a pretty good bit of work going on at the shop too. So took a trip up to Moncure, North Carolina, not too far, just south of Raleigh area. Went up there and saw our buddies up there a little bit. Come back, ate some Hooters. I got my cohort here that has still not gone back to work yet, but he's going soon now. He's got a deadline, so that's kind of sucky because
maybe, I don't know. I mean, it says that, but then my physical therapist is writing back different recommendations, so I don't know.
You never know. Hey,
I'm just along for the ride.
I know how to get prolonged. When you take your physical therapist donuts and Krispy Kreme coffee and Chick-fil-A sweet tea, you can kind of just prolong.
Well, the physical therapists don't want me to go back to work. They're like hanging out with me.
It's awesome. That's what I'm saying. That's how you do it. You just just go by Chick-fil-A or something, get them something, take to them.
I don't know.
Keep it going.
But my doctor apparently wants me to go back to work.
It must be.
He was kind of funny about it. He's just like, just quit physical therapy and you're ready in 2 weeks. I'm like, huh? It makes sense.
Just go swimming. What?
That's what he said. You got access to a pool? Do like some breaststroke.
Some breaststrokes.
That's what he said.
Some breaststrokes. I need to do some of them too. Is that
different kind?
Does that firm up the breasts? Is that what?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I had to look into that. I don't know. Might be a thing.
He said, get you some granny weights. I said, what? He was talking about the little dumbbells at Walmart. You know, little pink ones and stuff. That's what we call them, granny weights.
Granny weights.
He said, just lift them a little bit and then you'll be good.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Well,
I don't know.
See what happens, I guess. You know, you ain't gonna go putting a big old school bus tire on or nothing right now.
No.
But see what they say. You never know. You might be able to. I'd go get some hot donuts now and take it to your physical therapist. Just see what happens. I mean, you don't never know.
How about you get some hot donuts and take it to my physical therapist?
I thought about it. Maybe they'll put me out of work for a little while.
The pay sucks, I tell you.
I'll tell you what, hey. Yeah, I don't know. That's cool though. But yeah, we so pretty busy throughout the week as always. And this past Friday, we been looking at the weather past month and a half now. It hadn't rained, but it just hadn't worked out in our favor to be able to go get on the boat.
No, it's like every weekend that we were able, it was like all of a sudden it's going to
be nasty or cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
So So anyway, so we looked at that and it looked like it was gonna be pretty good for Sunday. I know we couldn't go Friday or Saturday, but so yeah, Friday afternoon we got out there and pulled the boat out, cleaned the 3 inches of pollen off of it, and got
literally 3 inches.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty sure.
Yep. So
well, you forgot lunch there.
oh yeah, we did.
We got in trouble for lunch.
Well, yeah, kind of. You got in trouble. I guess we both got in trouble, I guess, because we weren't supposed to go out to Outback. But, well, let me back up. The week before, we went to Outback to get us because they got, well, I like the grilled chicken on the barbie. It's pretty John Brown good. And David wanted a steak that week. So we went up there.
It was a little steak.
I mean, it was a baby steak, but it was a steak nonetheless.
It was a bite-o steak.
Well, we went to Texas Roadhouse, and little did we know Texas Roadhouse did not open until 3, which really don't make a whole lot of sense. Who wants to eat at 3?
Especially not where this one is.
It's on the interstate.
Yeah,
Literally. It's right there.
like
I can see it.
You would catch a whole lot of lunch traffic, and they do on Saturday because we've been there many times on Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So anyway, we had to settle for Outback 2 weeks ago. Well, went there. It's pretty good. Got a spicy Caesar salad. If anybody ever goes Outback, be careful with the Caesar salad because it is spicy.
Yeah, just the regular Caesar salad. You don't have to tell them spicy. Just the regular Caesar salad is spicy.
Pretty spicy. So, but it was all right. So this past week, well, that last weekend, we ended up finding a gift card to Outback for $25. We were like, well, I mean, it expired. We don't want it to expire.
Yeah.
I don't know when it would expire. Maybe 10 years. We didn't want to take that chance. So we went ahead and used it.
We didn't know if Outback was going to file bankruptcy or something.
We didn't know. We had no idea. So the week before, Kayla, David's wife, got kind of, a little bit butthurt that we went to Outback.
Y'all going to nice restaurants without me?
Yeah, well, we apologize. But, I mean, so we was, we didn't really mean to do it this past week. It just, we had a gift card, so we went there. Well, then we messed up, and she found out, and not that we were going to keep it from her or anything, but, we may have waited a little while to tell her.
A day or two.
Been there when she found out. But so anyway, yeah, so we had to get a little heat from that, but it's okay. We're gonna treat her to some Outback for too long. Get her some blooming onion or something. Who knows? But yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty cool little lunch there for $25. Well, it was a little bit more than $25, but
yes.
I mean, I didn't even know that they used a card to start with. Did they deduct $25? I figured the lunch portion would be cheaper, but it really isn't. I don't know. It's not at all. Yes. But so anyway, did that, went home, washed the boat, all that good stuff. Saturday, we finished moving my grandmama's stuff out of her house.
Finally.
And so that's all pretty much buttoned up and ready to move forward with that, with selling that and all. There's a few little things they got to finish fixing and all, but then
we made some trips there. We went 2 trips to the dump. Went to the what was that, like the House of Hope or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it was. Goodwill? No, not Goodwill. Whatever it is.
Thrift something.
I don't know.
Who knows? One of them giveaway stores.
Them donation places.
Donation stores, yeah.
Then I had to go to the church, take stuff.
Yeah, we took stuff everywhere. But it's all gone now, for the most part. So, anyway, we did that on Saturday and got up Sunday morning and went to the early morning service. Well, I did.
Well, we did too. Just ended up at another church. Because
right, yeah. Me and my mother went Sunday. Well, the kids and mother and I went Sunday morning early.
Yeah.
And y'all went to your sister-in-law's church.
Yeah, my nephew, he was getting baptized Sunday morning, so we went over there for that.
That's awesome. Glad to hear he did that. That's sweet for sure.
Yep.
So we got out of the church about 10:30 and jetted home and changed clothes and went to the water. So we spent all afternoon yesterday on the water. It was nice, very, very nice day, and the pretty turquoise water pushed in right up to the beach, really. So it was pretty. We rode up to Holden Beach and went out the inlet there and rode back in the ocean. Coming back, it was pretty.
Yep, it was. Saw a sea turtle, saw some dolphins. So
yep,
I saw a sea turtle. I don't think nobody else really saw it.
I did.
Cody saw it. Cody thought it was foam.
Oh yeah,
I looked at her and I said, "Oh, it's a sea turtle."
Yeah.
As soon as I said it, he went down and never came back up.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
some big ones out there. I've seen one
Oh, yeah.
way offshore that was grown, huge things. So anyway, did all that. Didn't have a whole lot of time to watch a whole lot of racing this weekend. We caught a little bit. The ARCA race, which we'll talk about.
Yeah, we caught pretty much all darker race there. And
Yep. Our buddy Derek Griffith was in the number 25 spot on
Toyota.
Venturini Toyota there. So pretty sweet for that. So we'll talk about that. And they got to see the truck race that night.
Yep.
Most of it, or the end of it. The more exciting part of it, I guess.
The part you didn't sleep through.
Yep. And then Sunday we didn't see any of the Cup race at all. So
No, I've went back over it some, but yeah, kind of typical Kansas.
yeah. Well, but there was a whole lot of racing going on everywhere. Lakeview, as far as close around here, Lakeview was running. They had the fuel.
Yeah, fuel late model series, and then
Yep.
they had the big Super Street race there.
Yep.
2 big class, big field of cars there, and caught a little bit of it on Speed 51 there late when I got home. But then it kept going out for some reason, so I don't.
I don't know what's going on.
The feed over there, I don't know how they get anything over there because they definitely ain't got no cell signal. They got to pump John Brown internet into there, I guess.
It's in the middle.
I think they got to pump
nowhere.
sunshine in there,
Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere for sure.
but I like it over there.
Oh yeah, it's a cool place. But yeah, they had a lot going on dirt wise, all around us really. There was stuff everywhere,
Yeah,
and up north, everywhere.
they had there was races at Lawrence Speedway. The Ultimates were there. There was races at Lancaster Speedway. I think they even raced over at Sumter this week.
Yeah, I hadn't heard much out of Sumter yet.
No, Sumter. I don't know. Hey, I don't want to talk bad about any of our local tracks, but the way they do their rules, a lot of times it's like different than every other track.
Yeah,
It's like they almost want to accommodate certain drivers, and so everybody else doesn't go there because their rules are so far different than everywhere else. And I don't know. You can't cater to certain drivers and expect a bunch of people to show up.
No, you cannot at all. So, yeah, had a lot going on there. And then, like I said, up north, our buddies, Derek McGrew and them guys were running too. So, a lot to cover this week, really. Even though we didn't see all of it, there's a lot to talk about for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to go ahead and get into the stuff with Derek McGrew. And it's really more about Derek McGrew Sr., obviously, as we're talking about. Junior comes into it also. But if y'all follow our social media, especially our Facebook page, y'all will see there was kind of a whole deal going on this last week with a friend of theirs that they made up there running modifieds up there in the Northeast. Little dude, he's 15 years old, named Fire Swamp. He is out of Canada. And first of all, I want to get into this guy some. I have not talked about him at all, or have not talked to him at all, or anything like this. This is, what I've talked to Derek McGrew about. This kid is cool. He is a racer at heart. I mean, he's just flat out a racer. He wants to race. He at 13 years old, he decided he wanted to race. He went out and got little odd and end jobs, saved up enough money, bought a car, bought a modified himself. Got few people to help him with it. He didn't really know much about a car either, but he got out there, wanted to race, so he learned everything he could about a car, and put together a car, built a car himself with help from a few people. But him getting to the track, he don't even have a driver's license. He gets whoever he can to pull the trailer around, take him wherever he can to go race because he wants to go race that bad. So it's crazy. Well, all right, not this past Saturday before. I think it was. Is it Friday or Saturday? I can't remember. But anyway, regardless, they were racing up at Fonda up there in New York, and he was running with him, and Derek McGrew Jr. and Fire had become pretty good buddies. More or less, they talked online and stuff like that. And so they hadn't hung around each other very much, but they become buddies online. So when they did get to hang around each other, they park beside each other and, try to help each other out and all that fun stuff. Well, at the race, Fire ended up getting caught up into a wreck, and B&A was there. He was planning on racing some more. Well, Derek Sr. being Derek Sr., as he always is, did not want this dude to come up there and not end up racing. He was a buddy of his son's. But not only that, it's not even that he was a friend of his son's. I mean, that's up there. This is just how Derek Sr. is. And if y'all see the hashtag that we put up a lot of times, or just the tag for the page, because there is a page, Race Life for Real. It's a real thing, guys. Y'all need to jump on board with it. As they say, Race Life for Real. It's not just a race, it's a lifestyle. What Race Life for Real is about is helping, especially young racers, helping racers when they're down, really. Doing what they can to help these guys stay on track, keeping these boys racing, because, as Derek Sr.'s told us many times, if you don't have youth in it, you're not going to have a future in racing.
Oh, no, it'll die out.
The old guys can't last forever. So, anyway, all right. Fire Swamp, he got in a wreck. Tore the car up. I mean, frame just warped. I think they said it warped like 3 inches out. So, pretty bad. Well, he didn't know what he was going to do. I think it was actually a Bicknell chassis. But the DKM guys let him take it in their shop and use all the tools, all the space he needed and everything else. So first of all, that was really cool that a chassis competitor would let him take the car in there and, give him everything he needed to work on it. And so hats off to those guys for one thing. And so that was really cool. But anyway, so they got in there in the shop, started tearing it down. That's when they found out it was warped way beyond belief, or beyond fixing anyway. So they were like, all right, we need to find another chassis. Got everything to put on it, just need another chassis. Well, I think he had everything, the majority of stuff anyway. So they started looking around for a chassis. Finally ended up finding one. I think he said chassis was about $3,000 the one they found that they put up under the car. So this is where Race Life for Real comes in. Race Life for Real, basically, they want to be able to earn money or get donations and everything else, get support from all you guys out there to, when something like this happens, there's funds there to keep these guys going. Even though this was somebody Derek Sr. had not even met, but this one night, the boy ended up coming staying at their house for a week. So it's little stuff like that. But they ended up having to find him a chassis. So they found him a chassis, got some donations in, still not quite made it, but there was enough there that some people helped him out. Still got to raise a little more money to get it all paid for, but he's back riding. He ended up racing again this past weekend. They took a car that was destroyed, tore it apart, put it back together, was racing in 1 week off of donations from people. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. So guys, what I need your help with, and we're going to have to, I talked with Derek the other day, and I'm like, dude, we really need to get up some sort of, I don't know if we need to get a PayPal account or something. Some people can donate into on a normal basis. If there's 100 people out there giving $10 a month, that's good money for when something like this happens to keep these kids racing. It's not just, and who knows? I mean, sometime it might be you that needs that money. And that's what Race Life for Real is about, is keeping good people going, not letting not letting the little things get you down. If you need help with the race car, something like that, they're there for you. And it's not money going into his pocket by no means. It's really helping other racers. But anyway, so Fire ended up racing this past Saturday night, I think it was. I don't think they got to finish. They wanted to, but he's got a brand new new to him chassis under him, so he's got some learning to do on it. But I mean, dude, to turn around that fast was
to have the car out there to the track was
that was a win in itself.
Definitely.
Exactly. So I thought that was cool. Thought that was really cool of Derek, Derek Sr., Derek Jr., all those guys. They ended up doing a little interview at the end of the night. I'm going to go ahead and play kind of the whole thing here because Derek Sr.'s got a few words to say at the end of it here, so we'll just play it all the way through. Let's get it up here.
Here with Derek Matjoulis Jr. of Fire Swamp. Fire, well, last week you had a moment last week. The car was a couple pieces, it looked like. Here you are back this week, made the feature. I'm sure that had to feel pretty good.
Yeah, I felt pretty good. Derek Matjoulis and Junior helped me out a lot getting the car back together. We bent the frame pretty bad. But we came back, rebounded pretty good, and I'm happy with how the car felt tonight.
Obviously, you get to race the modified feature here tonight, number 24. New ride for you this year. Well, how was it just getting the race out there in the modifieds again?
It's pretty awesome. It's awesome to be able to get a ride like that early in my career for a team that have a lot of great drivers in the seat, and just to be able to run really good tonight and just stay out of trouble and run clean is really awesome.
Well, good job to both of you guys, and we'll see you guys hopefully sometime very soon.
All right, thank you.
And this was for Chicken Bone. This was Brady Hauser did this for us. So you guys at Chicken Bone, this was for you guys, and share it on your page. Check out Brady Hauser's page, and I said, race life for real.
It's not just a race. It's a
Hold on,
lifestyle.
there you go. It's race life for real.
It's not just a race. It's a lifestyle.
There you go. So thank you guys. See you guys later. Everyone have fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.
Send that to me.
How about that? Oh, that's good stuff. So that was really cool to see them guys back at the track. That was obviously Brady Hauser interviewing Fire Swamp. Then you hear Derek Matjoulis Jr. in there. And also there was some news in there. He'd been racing. But Derek Matjoulis Jr. actually got him another ride driving for number 24 car up there. That's a ride that a lot of good drivers have been in. So getting a ride like that's pretty cool. Pretty cool for him.
Definitely. So he's a stand-up dude, and for his age, man, his talent and the way he carries himself is it's hard to find that, in that age for sure. So he's well deserving of that ride. I'm looking forward to seeing how he performs in it.
For sure. But back to Fire Swamp there for a minute. So like I just said, it got him back on track, and that's what they're all about, is getting especially young guys back on the track when they're in need. This kid came down with like he told me the kid came down with like $1,000 in his pocket to race for the weekend. And he was there doing everything he could. He was going to still, if they could get the car back straight, he was going to race the car even if it was bent. He didn't care. He just wanted to race. So it was awesome. I got another little video here. Let's see. We can play it real fast. Fire Swamp was thanking a lot of the people who supported him on this. So let's listen to it real fast here, so all them people can get their names heard here.
Hello, everyone. I would like to take the time to thank everyone that's helped me in the past 2 weeks. As you might know, we went down to Fonda Speedway to race, and we're running pretty good. We're going for 5th place, and a very unfortunate thing happened. We got taken out pretty bad. We wrecked my frame pretty bad, and the frame was not really fixable, so we had to go out and we had to go get a new frame. And I would like to thank all the people who has came out and helped me and get this new frame and get all the parts taken care of. Mike Trailer, he donated some money. Larry Ward, Jimmy McCombs, Joey Laddiser, Zach Daniels, Randy Hodling, Beth Orlando, Bug Off Pest Control, McAuliffe Racing Team, Marshland Grill, First Class Services, and I would like to thank all my sponsors: Medicine Chest, Riley Ford, OCR Gas Bar, Action Race Parts, CKON Radio, Number 9 Fuels, and everyone who's came out and helped me get back on the track. It really means a lot to me. Derek McGrew helped a lot, and I wouldn't be anywhere if I didn't have Derek. He came to me after the races, and he said, we can get this done, and we got the car stripped down, and in 2 days we were back up and running. And I can't thank everyone who's helped me over the time in this 2 weeks. We got a new frame, and we raced with it. It wasn't bad. It was pretty good, actually. I liked how the car ran, and I would just like to thank everyone who donated money and helped me get my new frame to get me back racing. Derek McGrew he's a really good guy, and he's a wonderful guy. And I just can't thank everyone enough. And if you'd like to donate still, we're still open to donations. So just give me a Facebook message, and we can work something out. And it really means a lot to me. The racing community, it's pretty cool how this works. And it's a big deal, and I just can't thank everyone enough. Race life for real. It's not just a race; it's a lifestyle.
Well, there you hear it. Race life for real. It's not just a race; it's a lifestyle.
100%, man. Like you said, I love everything about that, and it means so much. And you hang around them at the racetrack, and there's a big family. They all take you in. Prime example, and I know this is a lot different scale, but we were down up in Bristol hanging out with Derek and all them guys, and pull all the cars down in the infield for hot laps, and then qualifying. There's no tools down there hardly. There's no nothing. G.R. Smith comes in, got problems. Derek did not have a clue who G.R. Smith was.
Well, he said they had met one time in passing a long,
Right.
long time
But
ago.
as far as-
but knowing him, no.
As far
No.
as having a relationship with him,
not at all.
not at all. He was not in the infield with him at any capacity. And he was standing there, and he saw them struggling, trying to get this thing worked out where they could get the car back together. And he goes over there and works on it the whole entire day.
He became the honorary crew chief that day.
And
And the next day.
he didn't ask for any type of
Payment, nothing.
nothing at all. And I mean, he wanted to help him. And that's just, there's so many that you see that he lends help to, and they all do. So it is really cool. And what Race Life for Real is all about is exactly what you said. It's about helping the people that need the help, the actual help, not the people that you see with these, endless amounts of money and 300 sponsors on the car. I mean, it's about getting these smaller teams going and helping them when they're in need. And a lot of times it's not only just money. It's not about money. It's not about sponsorship. It's not about it. It's just sometimes they just need help.
Well, prime example, and it's not even in just dirt cars per se. They have a friend that their child races go-karts, and they needed somebody to haul the trailer down all the way down here to South Carolina months back.
Yeah.
And Derek jumped in the truck and let's go racing.
I mean, he does not. That's one thing
He
about
don't
Derek.
sleep, I don't
And
think.
I don't think he does either. I don't know how he does anything really, but I mean, he is constantly moving, constantly going. His brain's constantly working, trying to figure out how he can make things as best he can for the racing community. And that community continues to grow around him. I mean, it's a big deal what he's got going there, and I'm glad we could be a part of it. And he's very, very family oriented guy, and what him and his son are doing, he's trying his best to to give his son everything that he can.
Oh yeah.
And not only just, he's working for it. Derek Jr. is working hard for it. He's doing a lot of work to, he's doing it the right way, I guess I can say. But I love the fact that they do everything together. They're all about it together. And he's teaching him the ropes. And while he's helping him, he's helping everybody else around him. So it's really, really cool deal. And look forward to continue to see that grow for sure.
For sure. I'm on, so y'all be watching pretty soon. I'm going to talk to Derek a little more, and we're going to set something up. And I'll probably set something up, I know, on our website. They might set something up on their website. Regardless, we want to help in it as much as we can in the Race Life for Real side, for sure. And I know we might set up something so not only you just make a one-time donation, but if people could make a monthly donation, that would be, hey, what's $10? I mean, that's eating a sandwich instead of Burger King.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And nothing will go to us for sure. It's all going to go back into the racing community. And I know people are like, well, racing some people look at you and say, well, racing, it's not a necessity. No, it's not. But I enjoy myself being able to take my son and spend time with him out watching a race, just watching.
Yep. And
if you want to continue to be able to do that with your family, we have to support these drivers. We know for sure, me and Sterling know ourselves, we've looked at ways to, and it's not to make any money for ourselves, but just trying even to get, like, say, T-shirts, something like that out. It takes a whole lot of money for people to print T-shirts. And that's why you don't see every driver out there with T-shirts. That takes a whole lot of money. So, being that they can't make any revenue off other stuff like that, because I don't know if y'all know this or not. I know a lot of you do. If you break even in racing, you've done about the best you can.
Happy. You real happy.
You real happy.
Yep.
Racing is most of the time financially stupid, honestly.
In a lot of cases, it is.
It really is. So these guys are doing it because they love it and to entertain you. So, with that being the case, guys, we really need to help in ways that we can for these smaller teams, like Sterling was just saying. So we'll put something up. If might just be a PayPal link, and you donate whatever you can when you can. No amount is too small for stuff like that. As I've always said, in any type case like that, no amount is too small. People like to say, well, I ain't got $1 to give. Okay, give $1. Because if 100 people are giving $1, there's a tire for a lot of these guys.
Yeah. And again, and if there's another thing too, a lot of these teams, that we see, and I mean, we're friends with a good bit of people, but a lot of people don't have help, and they don't go to the racetrack because they don't have help. Their crew's laying off that week, or he don't have crew to go. We talked with Trent Ivey not too long ago, and he had to get a couple buddies from high school to go help him.
That's right.
So that's another thing too. A lot of people just don't really realize it, but if you want to be a part of a team and help some people out, keep it looking for that. Look into that.
Look around your local track.
Yeah,
you can find somebody down there that ain't got but a person or two with them.
Exactly. And all you got to do, I promise you, especially around the dirt track, you walk up and you see where they're struggling. Just walk up there and ask them, "Hey man, you need a hand?" And one, you make a good friend there, and two, you're part of a team. You can help work on a race car, and donating your time and your efforts may not seem like much to you, but it's a ton to these guys that's trying to make it. I'm telling you. So
me and Kale were talking about that the other day. He said, my help was Levi. He said, Levi started racing now. They're racing together. He said, but now neither one of us have nobody to go change a tire for us real quick while we're doing something else. He said, so just one person makes a huge difference.
Exactly. So that's whole part of the Race Life for Real deal, man. It's not just about money. It's about just just being there for these teams and these drivers. And if you can't help out money wise, you can help out in
your time.
In your time, man. it makes a really big difference. And, you know, you can be a part of something. And, you know, a lot of people don't really realize that. A lot of people go to the racetrack and they'll sit in the stands and they'll watch and they'll enjoy. But, you know, you can go down the infield and just walk around and it won't take no time. You'll find somebody you can help.
For sure. And another thing, guys, something else that helps immensely that a lot of people don't even think, and it costs $0 to do, social media. When you see your favorite driver sharing something on social media, especially when they're trying to raise money for something or something like that, be sure to share those posts. The more people they reach, the more likely they are to reach whatever they're wanting to reach. That helps a ton. Just like us, it helps us a ton when y'all share our post.
Yep.
So we appreciate it when y'all do. We really do. Really do. So that's cool. So y'all remember, a race life for real. It's not just a race, it's a lifestyle.
That's it.
That's it. Well, something else we had really cool going on this past week, past Wednesday and Thursday night. The Schaefer, the 14th annual Schaefer's Spring Fling on iRacing.
And people say you can't make money on iRacing. Yeah.
$5,000 to win, $16,000 total purse for the Schaefer's Oil Spring Fling on Team VLR CM Racing. That's some jack. It was also the richest purse ever on iRacing
For a single race.
Yeah. It was insane. And fortunately, we were able to kind of be part of that purse. We gave away $100 to the Hard Charger Award for the A main, and that went to Dylan Wilson. Got the Chicken Bone Alley Hard Charger Award. So that was pretty cool. Also, if y'all watched on Wednesday night, you might have seen some Chicken Bone Alley colors on our logo anyway, on Gage Martinez's car, who tried to play the alphabet soup.
Dude,
he tried to eat the whole bowl.
I ain't kidding, man. Great day. He was coming to...
He started towards the back of the D main to begin with and made it all the way to the B main and ended up only 2 spots outside of transferring to the A.
Yeah, that stinks. But you definitely knew he was there. He was putting on a heck of a show coming up through there.
Yeah. He had a bad original heat and then really figured it out and was coming up through there. So
yeah,
he put the Chicken Bone Alley logo on TV there for a while.
Absolutely.
So it was cool to watch. But anyway, going past that, the man who took the cake there on Thursday night, we got him on the show right here. Let's go talk to him. All right, everybody, on the phone now, we have man who just won him $5,000 at his house in his underwear. Nah. Well, that's how I race iRacing, so I mean, you know. Nah, Blake Matjoulis, man, what's going on with you?
Oh, not too much. Just kind of living it up after last night. You know, big night for me.
Big night. Taking home the $5,000 win in the Schaefer's Oil Spring Fling. Man, that was some exciting racing, and we'll definitely get into that here in a little while. And but congratulations on it, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Like I said, it's a very prestigious event. So, you know, to be here sitting talking to you guys, it's a pretty cool deal for sure.
Cool, man. Well, let's go back to begin with. Just you and racing, not necessarily iRacing, but just you and racing. When did you get into racing in general? When did you start liking it? Well, and what else do you do with racing? Do you do anything outside of iRacing?
Yeah, I got started in dirt go-karts. We started racing go-karts in probably 2011. Currently still racing them, so since 2011 to now, so it's been quite some time. Been karting. for quite some time. So like I said, that's kind of most of my racing experience in real life. Obviously, I got in a late model a couple of years ago from my World of Outlaw iRacing championship. So I was able to get in a late model then. And, looking back on that day, hopefully I can get myself in a late model. Hopefully next year. That's the plan as of now.
That's awesome, man. That's some good goals to set. Speaking of your go-karts, what kind of chassis and stuff you run?
Yeah, we ran a lot of Phantom stuff. Now we're on a slack pursuit. We've had a lot of success on the Phantom stuff, and just figured we try something different this year, and we'll see how it goes.
Stepping away from the Phantom. That's where I ran Phantom ran Harold stuff for many, many years myself. So that was back in the day.
Oh yeah,
back in the
a lot of races.
I sure did myself. I started on the Stalker, so it's been a few days ago anyway. Sterling was a shadow guy back in the day, so
yep, sure
we had good competition as far as that goes.
Right.
But anyway, man, all right. Well, moving on to iRacing. We know you are the man in iRacing pretty much. I mean, especially right now. You and I say a couple guys there, your teammate there, Evan Say, and your man to finish second to you last night, Alex Bergeron. Y'all are the ones to beat now on the dirt side, especially of iRacing, man. How'd you really get into iRacing, and how long you been doing it? All that fun stuff.
Yeah. Yep. When dirt first released, I saw a couple YouTube videos, and I always grew up watching dirt racing, so I thought it was really cool. My dad ended up getting me a cheap little wheel and a little laptop that could just barely run iRacing, and had a lot of fun with it, and then really didn't have any intentions of being where I am now. Started winning some races and taking some serious time to learn the setups, and that's probably when I grinded most. Was when I was trying to learn for the first time and just get the setups down, learn the car. Learn from my mistakes, trial and error, and here we are. So it's been a crazy 3 years to see the growth. To see where I started to now is definitely surreal for myself, but it's been a crazy adventure for sure.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
19. Man, I wish I was winning races like that at 19 years old. I'm telling you.
Man. Well, stemming from that, the thing that we always talk about on here is, we have iRacing setups as well, and we run some, but, we just don't have time to actually work with setups and figure them out to be able to run open series. And, we run fixed races pretty much all the time. What did you do to figure out setups as far as, you just get in there and just practice with it, or is it something that you learn from actual cars, or what?
Yeah, there's definitely some things you can apply from real life, but there's also some things you can't. It all depends on what you're talking. But, as far as learning setups, I just kind of, it was just a lot of trial and error. I learned on my own, really, until I got on a team. That was probably a year and a half into my iRacing start. Since I started iRacing, probably a year and a half. Then I got on a team. Then I got some decent help, and I was taught a little bit here and there. But, for the main part, it was just kind of on my own and a lot of trial and error to determine what's good and what's not. And, obviously you got to learn, how a late model works in order to build the setup. So, with no late model experience or anything like that, it was kind of difficult, but, if you do your research, you'll figure it out. Like I said, just a lot of trial and error. The open setup deal it's definitely a tough thing. Especially right now when iRacing updates these cars, the setups change, tremendously. So, you're never going to be on the same thing twice. You either hit it or you don't. And, frankly, it's hard to hit it every time, but I've been fortunate enough to get that ticket, obviously for the win. Like last night, it was just it's a matter of, trying to figure out what the track's going to do and being good at the end.
Well, you were definitely good at the end, but what surprised me about you and Evan is y'all's cars were good from the start. It seemed like.
Yeah.
Alex came on there at the end, but he if you couldn't get a lane, you couldn't pass, and you had plenty enough power and enough handling to stay in front of him. So there was no way he was getting around. But what impressed me about y'all is, like I said, is y'all were good from start to end, and they really looked good.
Right, and you can tell when you watch your race, Alex. He was probably 2 to 3 tenths slower than probably almost half the field, if not more. And you can tell how someone sets up in a race. And he had that left front high up in the air, and I tested that a little bit. And I just I didn't think that was any good. I didn't think you were going to get too far with that. And, I could just tell throughout the week how Alex was he was setting up for the berm. So I knew he was going to be good, and especially on that prelim night, he was good down there. But I think he was a little bit better there at the end. I think he could charge the corners a little harder than me. But as you can tell, he was very slow in the beginning and very good at the end. So I mean, to hit the balance like I did, from start to finish is amazing. That's something you don't get very often. You either struggle the first half or the last half. So to hit balance like I did, we were pretty steady throughout the whole race. I never lost the handle of the car, maybe just a little speed at the end, but, definitely nailed it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And, that's something that we always struggle with is running a long race, 50 to 100 laps, whatever. Man, keeping the car up under you while the track slicks off, that's something that really amazed me is, how you were able to set that car up to where it would work, where you would have forward bite throughout that whole race. And, it seemed like some of them were set up for the track to slick off, of course. And once it did, they come on a little bit, but, very impressive how you were able to have that car set up to where it would handle and have the speed throughout that whole race.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that track was, I don't think anyone was expecting how that track was going to turn out. I couldn't believe how it wore in. We ran a couple practice races during the week, and I just it threw me for a loop. But we did it. That's just how it is. The track was. I don't think anyone was expecting how treacherous the cushion was going to be. I mean, you had guys traction flipping up there in 1 and 2. That cushion was just so big. But, it did lose a lot of speed around halfway. And when Evan got around me, I knew he was better. And I told him I'd let him go and I'd follow behind him. I'm not going to race someone, if I'm 2 tenths off. And he just kept catching me. He'd make a mistake and still catch me. I'm like, I'm not going to hold him up. We're only on lap 40, 50. So I told him, I'd let him go if he was better. And, he ended up getting by me. I just wanted to ride for a little bit, save the car. And right around lap 60 or so, I noticed that, I put the left front right on that berm in 1 and 2. And, once he got by me, I felt like I was definitely better than he was. I had a line going in 3 and 4. He wasn't running. But yeah, I felt like once he got back by me, I was a little bit better than him. So, in my case, I don't really like leading in those big races because you just know that someone's behind you and they can try different things. And like you saw with Evan, he had a big lead on third for that whole race. And he was just trying to square me up and trying all these lines. So he knew by the end of the race what's going to be good. And that's what I don't like about leading. So, I think Evan was definitely in a good spot. I think he could have waited even longer, but I just didn't want to, I didn't want to hold him up. And I kind of wanted to be in second for that prime spot in the end.
Well, let's talk about the elephant in the corner of the room over there that there was a lot of talk about during the race there. When you went to go around Evan and you kind of got into him, in my opinion, now this is just my opinion, you get into him does not cause him to hit the wall down the middle of the backstretch. So that was my opinion. There was a lot of other people with different opinions. Tell me your side of it, and have y'all spoken since about that?
Yeah. Not many, I don't know. I either get a lot of people liking, the race and how I perform and whatnot. And then you always got the haters, obviously. I just, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. It is what it is. I said it last night. I had a big run off 4 that he didn't know about that line. And I was going into 1 and he missed the bottom. He hit the bottom, but it looked like he got pretty pretty good jacked up sideways into one. And I just had that big run. I mean, I didn't have intentions of, hey, I'm going to put you in the wall. I mean, you can watch. I hit him a little bit, and he moves up the track. We come off too. The guy doesn't even have damage. You know, he's going to be right behind me. You know, when I do that, he's going to be right behind me. And you know what he was going to do? He was going to do the same thing I did to him. So it's going to be a good race, 100%. But it wasn't like, hey, I'm just going to door you and send you up in the wall. I got into him a little bit, and I didn't even mean to. You know, I got that huge run off 4. I didn't have intentions of doing anything crazy. And what happened off of 2, there was a foot of air between me and him, so I had nothing to do with that. I tried apologizing to him. You know, sooner or later, hopefully he realizes that I just didn't try to ruin his race like that, you know, like a lot of people think. But, you know, from my eyes, you know, I won the race. It is what it is. I didn't do anything, you know, bizarre. I wasn't trying to wreck my teammate. Nothing like that. You know, that was not the intention at all, and I don't feel like I did that at all either.
I feel you there, man. It definitely didn't look like it to me. Definitely looked like you just barely touched him, and then things just happened. It was just circumstance after that.
It didn't even look like I hit him. I mean,
no.
You can watch the replay. I didn't even hit the guy. I rubbed him. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Barely.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a bummer. You know, it definitely sat in my head all night. You know, I felt bad, but then I can't just sit here and feel bad after I won $5,000. I'm not gonna pout over it. You know?
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Well, speaking of you two, well, first of all, how did y'all get hooked up with our buddy Chris Ferguson?
Yeah, you know, I think Fergie just kind of he was paying attention to the iRacing stuff. You know, he started racing when COVID first hit, and you know, I think me and Evan really stood out to Chris. You know, he kind of reached out to me, at least. I don't know how he worked with Evan, but he kind of reached out to me. Actually, one server, you know, he said, "Give me a setup and I'll send you a T-shirt." So that's how that started. And ever since then, we've built a really good friendship and a really good powerhouse, as you can see. I mean, me and Evan, you know, there's nobody really better in the game right now, in my opinion. You know, he created some elite stuff. You know, I'm really glad to be a part of you know, Matjoulis Speed Shop, CFM Esports. But, you know, pretty much how we got together was, you know, just like that. And, you know, he kind of saw where I was going with iRacing, and, you know, I appreciate him picking me out for sure. He's
a good dude. He really is. We're
we're
very proud to be friends with him and get to hang out with him a good bit. And he's a good guy. All right, well, you and Evan, y'all got y'all's speed shop there. Tell us how that all started. Yeah. Obviously, through iRacing and doing some awesome setups, but how'd y'all actually come together and doing your setups together?
Yeah, you know, me and Evan used to hate each other about a year and a half ago, and we finally, you know, we got over all that, and you know, I ended up talking to him, and Chris kind of got me closer with Evan, and you know, me and Evan ended up becoming pretty good friends. You know, I've raced with him quite a bit, and you know, we went to Bristol together for Chris's race when he won that night. So, you know, it was a great time, you know, there especially. And ever since then, I felt like, you know, me and Evan were pretty good friends, and you know, pretty much, you know, our main goal was to get, you know, the setup shop released. You know, we knew from the start that there's no other setup shop or company out there that is giving what we are giving, or, you know, the providers of building the setup. You know, I don't feel like there's anyone on the iRacing market that, you know, is selling what we're selling right now. And, you know, I just think, you know, we both put our heads together, and we knew that we could make, you know, a good business out of what we're doing and a good brand off what we're doing. So, you know, we both, you know, like I said, we both got together and used our heads and put it together, and now look where we are. So it's definitely a cool deal.
Definitely awesome stuff, man. Well, that's sweet. And man, well, what is there any big races on the horizon for you guys?
You know, I'm sure there's always pop-up races, you know, some good money shows. There's always money on iRacing. So I'm sure there'll be something down the road, you know. Hopefully we got that World of Outlaw series coming this year again. Not sure what's going on with that. I haven't heard anything, but hopefully that goes through and all is well with that. But, you know, I'm sure there definitely down the road there'll be some big races this year for sure, especially during winter time.
Well, good deal, man. Well, we can't wait to watch you on there. And
Yeah, I'm about to say, we're going to watch you. We're not going to race with you.
I'm not going to race with you because that wouldn't work out. That wouldn't work out for us. Oh, well, good deal, buddy. Well, I hated, we didn't actually meet at Bristol because we were there with Chris that night, too. We actually had our camera in his car that night, and he won. So
no kidding.
we were probably all around each other, just hanging out,
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So,
there was a lot of people there for sure.
Good Lord, yes, there was. It was a madhouse, and I loved it. It was awesome.
Right. Oh, yeah, for sure. It was an experience of a lifetime. No doubt about it.
So we heard last night you said you wanted to save up that money and maybe get your own late model. What is your hopes to get into the late model? What are you wanting to do in it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in karts for so long, man. What has it been? 11, 12 years now. It's just, it's the same thing. You know what you're getting in, and, I love kart racing. I've had a lot of success and a lot of fun over the years, no doubt. Made a lot of friends over it. But, I think it's time, when I'm still young, I think it's time, to save up and do what I can. I've made a good amount of money off iRacing, and, I've tried to save every bit of that to put it towards what I want. And, I don't want to go out and buy junk and be running mid-pack. I want to try and, if I get in a late model, I want to take some time to learn, obviously learn, but I also want to be competitive. I'm just not that guy that goes to race for fun, so I've been saving up a lot, hopefully, some sponsors, can fill in and help me there. You never know. But like I said, hopefully by next year, hopefully I got a late model up and going, crate class or something around here locally for a little bit. And then, hopefully we'll see where it goes from there. But, nothing's a guarantee. It's just, it's a hope of mine, a dream of mine.
I hear you, man. That's awesome. Well, hopefully, maybe we can talk in at least I don't know about on a real race car because that is, but maybe we could talk and get some Chicken Bone Alley stuff on your iRacing setup. We had Chicken Bone Alley on a car in this race, but he didn't quite make the main. Old Gage Martinez, he was running the Chicken Bone Alley logo for us.
There you go. 100%.
But he got some footage, on prelim night there because he tried to play alphabet soup for a little while.
Right. Yep. I remember.
So, well, cool, man. Well, that is awesome. And I meant to ask you this earlier. What kind of setup do you have for your iRacing setup now?
Yeah. So, I really don't have anything too special. I used to race when I won the Outlaw Championship in 2019. I was racing on a little desk. It was just nothing crazy. A G27 wheel. Now I got a sponsor, Sim Seats. Go check them out. Sim Seats, they sell some good iRacing rigs, and they sent me one to use and try. And it's still nothing crazy. It's just a nice little piece to have my wheel and pedals set up on, rather than a desk, and a nice little seat for sure. Nothing crazy though. Just got one monitor on the side. I use an Oculus VR, one of the originals from like 4 or 5 years ago. So. That's going out of date. I still use my G27 wheel and pedals. I actually have a set of V3 pedals that I've been using as well. It really just depends. I've been having some issues with my brake pedal on my V3, so sometimes I pull the Logitech ones out. Just like I said, it really depends. But yeah, nothing fancy. I tell everybody that you don't need anything fancy to be fast. Point proven several times. I don't think, I think people think that equipment's going to make them crazy fast. And I don't think it does. That's just my personal opinion, but
I can agree with that. 100%. But I did want to ask about those V3 pedals. Isn't that the ones that have the little vibration in it with wheel spin and stuff like that?
Yeah. They're really nice.
Okay, cool. Because that is my feeling anyway on dirt racing. Mine and Sterling, we both talked about this. That I just can't. I feel like I can't feel the wheel spin in the car, and I think that's where I lose a lot on it. I got to learn that somehow.
Yeah, feeling wheel spin is something a lot of people struggle with. Obviously, especially if you don't have V3s. I don't use them often. I don't even think my vibration works on them. But
Wow.
I think if you learn how to control the car and know what you got to sound like through the corner when you're idling through, you're going to know whether you're spinning or not. But obviously that comes with time and, obviously experience. So not everyone's going to know that. But
So Sterling, what he's saying is we need to practice.
Running 1 day a week is not going to cut it. That's what
we got to practice. We're those we're those guys that just jump on there for fun.
Yeah,
we love to watch you guys. We love to watch you guys that are professional. Y'all are like the World Outlaw guys to us, but we're the Saturday night, whatever track here and there. That's us.
Right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Definitely. But it is really cool, though, and I mean, and you're definitely the one to test to it. Like you said, you've made a lot of money off iRacing, and a lot of people, for whatever reason, a lot of people think, okay, it's iRacing, whatever, it's not real, all that. Well, naturally, I mean, it's pretty daggum realistic. I mean, from what I have seen and what I've felt from running go-karts and stuff over the years.
I know this. I get just as mad at somebody on there as I do in a real car.
Oh, definitely. It's a lot cheaper to fix your car, though. But
you could also ask anyone. This is an interesting, very interesting thing. That I've talked to a lot of guys that race late models in real life, and when they come on to iRacing and they're racing, quite often, per se, like if it's winter and they're not racing, and they're on iRacing, and they tell me all the time that they get more nervous over iRacing than real life.
Wow.
I don't know why or what causes that, but I mean, I think it's 100% true. I mean, I get in a kart race for 1,500, 2,000 all the time, and I'm not nervous at all. And I get on iRacing for $200, and I'm nervous.
Yeah.
But obviously, as laps go by, the first lap, you're only nervous for the first lap. But still, I thought it was pretty interesting how all these guys are telling me they get more nervous for an iRacing event rather than real life. I just, something about that gets me intriguing, for sure. I just, it's hard to believe.
Yeah, it sure is. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe before too long, we're going to get in touch with you about getting us some setups here, and maybe we can try to move up a little bit in the world and try something out a little bit. See how it really is supposed to feel. Right?
Yeah, I know, right? So let everybody know how to get a hold of y'all to get some setups and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I kind of was not on a setup shop. I wasn't working for a setup shop for a while, and I kind of started my own deal, but I wasn't selling setups. I was just actually offering my coaching and online consulting, whatever. Like, for say you guys, if you need help, you come to me and I'll help you for an hour with setup help or, driving help, whatever you want. We'll go over that. I take some serious time, and that's grown to be a big thing. I feel like a lot of people like the coaching, and I'm definitely glad I started that. That's I got a Facebook page, 127 Industries. That's my coaching and online consulting. And then for the setups, the Matjoulis Speed Shops, www.cfmesports.com. Setups are live. Some serious speed, like I said, though. Put our heads together, and definitely not slacking on this one.
Well, cool deal, man. And you said you had a few sponsors on there. Who all was helping you out on the iRacing side?
Oh yeah, man, I got a lot. B1RT Racing, first of all. A lot of those guys. My main team. We all put in a lot of time, and those guys. I joined that team probably half a year ago or so now, maybe a little longer than now, and I've been having some good runs. So those guys for sure. ML Performance, Matt Logan, he does a lot for my program. He's put in a lot of work with me. He's busy with real life stuff. He owns a shock business, so he's always busy, and he always makes time. So him a lot for sure. I got to thank him a lot. Reliable Energy Solutions, Jeff Swilly. He's done a lot for me too. He's a big sponsor and a big help. We've been together for quite some time now, and he's truly the man. So leading to that, Chris Ferguson, CFM Esports, CFM, everything he does for me. He promotes me a lot, and try to cross promote, and we've grown something pretty big here with CFM Esports. So definitely him for bringing me on board. CD Cinematography, they do a lot of my editing. DK Designs, they do a lot of my editing as well. Design 75, Jeremy Ray, he painted the car last night. Looked badass. Can't thank him enough. Represent Limited, Nick Diaz, Nate Diaz Academy, Stockton Brothers. They got a fight coming up. Nate Diaz has a fight May 15th. They just released, Represent just released a new drop of clothing on rephard.com. Some really badass merch over there. So yeah, that's about all my people. I got a lot, and I truly can't thank everyone enough for being on board.
Well, that is awesome, man. That is good stuff, and we want to tell you congratulations again. And like we said, man, we can't wait to get on there and watch you a little more.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you guys for the support and having me on here. It was a blast while it lasted.
For sure, we appreciate it, man. How about that old Blake Matjoulis there? That boy is a sim racer. He's a racer, period.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But good Lord, dude, he is, I mean, for 19 years old, that's pretty jumper. I mean, I don't understand how they do it. You know, I mean, we talked about it right there a little bit, but I cannot figure this out. The setup deal, I don't know how they do it, man. Great day.
It just makes me feel bad. I'm not even worried about the setup.
I know.
I'm not worried about the setup. You know, we run mostly fixed stuff. I'm not worried about setup. What makes me feel bad is when there's these $5,000 wheels and pedals and all that stuff out there. And me and Sterling up here talking about, man, we're gonna have to end up upgrading, you know, to be able to really feel the car and all this stuff. And we go talk to him, and he's running the exact same stuff we are.
Yeah. I think something's wrong with mine. Because it don't do that. It
Both
don't
of
do
ours,
that.
apparently.
Obviously.
My gas pedal ain't going all the way down. Something, I don't know.
Something wrong.
Oh, that was really cool. Congratulations again to Blake. And man, it's insane.
It really is.
That was a cool race to watch, fun race to watch. If y'all haven't watched a race on iRacing when they come up, and they're not these races, this race in particular, isn't exactly on the iRacing social media platforms. You got to look around. There's a lot of broadcasters that do these for iRacing, and this one was one also. It ended up being on, I think it was on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. It was on everything under different broadcasters and stuff. So yeah, it was a big deal. Big deal.
Very much so. Yeah.
Cool to watch. See y'all. And that's what's really cool though, because it's a big deal, and you got all these racers from around the country, but Blake is part of Chris Ferguson Motorsports Esports side. So full circle, comes right back around to our buddy Chris.
That's it.
So it was cool. Cool deal. I'm ready to watch more of them. I'm ready to get our own started back up. We gotta,
yeah.
We're gonna be in talks real soon about our summer series coming up, and see what we can make happen with that. Get us some.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody know we're not paying that kind of purse.
We're not paying that. We're not paying $16,000. Well, we could. Just depends on what kind of sponsors we get.
We gotta have a lot of sponsors.
A lot of sponsors. Gonna take a few. So, with that being said, guys, if you were looking to sponsor an iRace of sorts, or a whole series of sorts, get with us. We're looking for some sponsors.
Yes, sir. We're always looking.
Get your
sponsors.
Get your business out there, and this will be completely across America. Well, more than that, really. It can be across the world, really. It can.
Yeah.
But really across America with iRacing, with the guys we'll be racing with. So you'll see your company and your logos and everything on there. So y'all get in touch with us. We'll talk about some specifics on getting our own deal going here. Oh, anyway, there was some more real racing this week. Well, first, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about our buddies over at
It's all right.
SRI Performance. Guys. Let me tell y'all something. I've been watching some racing videos. I've been watching some races. First of all, there's some of y'all got to go faster.
No offense.
No offense. It's okay if you say no offense, right? You say anything wrong as long as you say no offense.
As far as I know, I think that's one. Is that a thing now? I don't know.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you can't hurt nobody's feelings anymore. So I'm kind of, I don't know.
All right. Well, if you feel like you need to be offended, you can take offense to this. Some of y'all need to be faster. Some of y'all slow. And some of y'all,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back into it. Tell you like the preacher told me the other day. We're trying to we trying to grow winners, not wieners.
that's what he said.
So
I
I can kind of put that in the same perspective. If you want to be a wiener, don't go to SRI. If you want to be a winner, you better get over to SRI.
Get over to SRI. Oh, you guys, they got all the performance parts you need for your race car and everything and more and more and more and more. Stuff to make your car look good and stuff to make your car go fast. So y'all head over to SRI Performance. Get you some good parts. Head to the racetrack and put that thing back up front. Put it in victory lane where it's supposed to be, or at least be contending for it. But second place is the first loser.
Hey, I mean, if there was a good loser, I guess that'd be the best one, right?
I guess. I don't know. Also, some of you guys, I'm just saying, I've been watching how y'all driving first this year, and Santa Claus need to bring y'all some driving lessons because y'all have tore up some cars. I'm stepping on the toes today. I don't even care.
It don't even matter, man.
Don't even matter. If you may, call in next week and we'll talk about it. Oh, but anyways, go over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum and go get yourself some new sheet metal to fix that dent you just put inside up by running into Billy Bob last week. Quit running inside of them.
Quit tearing it up.
Go to the front, not the side. Oh, they got everything you need to put your car back together, guys. All the if you got real crazy, you need some of their good old pro moly tubing. Build you a new cage in that thing, or if you feel like you just need to beefing up your cage a little bit because you're getting scared out there yourself, go ahead and check them out, and they can hook you up on all the ways to make your car safe as far as cage wise, and they can make your car pretty on the outside with all their metals that they got.
All kind of prettiness.
All kind of sheets.
One thing
metal.
I always remember, if you got a slow car, at least make it pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Well, that's the one thing about finishing last. Get you some good sponsors because they get the most time on the track.
Exactly.
And they're not going by so fast that people can't read it.
Exactly. That's what I think.
There's always a positive, I guess.
Yes.
But you're still a wiener at that point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then go over there and get you some good old Purple Springs, some Draco Springs. Check out sriperformance.com. See all the PDF sheets from all the Purple Springs they got. And while you're on there, and when you buy all this stuff to make you go fast and look pretty, when you get to checkout and it looks like a big old number, when you see that part that says promo code, type in CBONE10. A C is in
Chicken.
BONE 10 to get yourself 10% off at checkout.
Can't beat it.
That's right. You cannot beat it.
Well, never mind.
just remember, SRI is your one-stop shop for all things racing. Like a wet noodle. That's what it is. Like a wet noodle.
Just like that. You just can't beat it.
Spaghetti noodles, all right?
That's exactly what I'm thinking about. Oh, man, I tell
this
you
is
what,
going off the rails today.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Good John Brown stuff.
Oh, that's been fun. All right. Well, we got some asphalt stuff to talk about. Our buddy, our part-time co-host, he needs to come on here. He ain't been here in a while. Derek Griffith. He had his, possibly, we're not sure yet, last scheduled ARCA race for this year.
Yeah.
In the spot-on Venturini Toyota Camry. And
Well, I was kind of
at Kansas.
I was kind of excited when I saw his car, because no offense to anybody, I guess we're here to hurting people's feelings again. But
Your feelings.
your
feelings.
I saw
Bump your feelings.
I saw he was not in the 55. He was in the 25, which is his teammate's car, Gracie Trotter. So I was kind of worried that Gracie might take him out again. Didn't have to worry about that this week.
No, she couldn't take him out. She wasn't there. He was driving a car. She couldn't take him out.
Exactly. So, that was a good start to the race anyway. But dude, once I saw qualifying results, I was like, "Oh my Lord, this is gonna be."
I'm pretty sure. I think Ty was driving a Cup car.
I'm pretty sure, or either he had one of them Days of Thunder gears or something. He had another gear. he dropped the hammer
Dropping the hammer, Harry.
because good Lord, he was fast. But he was what?
He was half a second faster
Than the second place
man. Yeah.
in qualifying.
Yeah.
He was a second faster than Derek. And Derek qualified what, 6th? Something like that. I think it was 6th.
Yeah, somewhere right there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was 6th.
Insane.
That was, I ain't understand it. Don't get me wrong. I know the boy's good. I know the boy's got good backing. No, I'm not disagreeing with that. But cars that have the same rule package, how are you a half a second faster than second place man with one car on the track when you're flat footing it around the whole track?
I don't understand that at all. So I'm confused on that whole deal.
And I was like, well, maybe he can't run that fast for that long.
We were wrong.
We were wrong on that too, because he lapped all the way up to what, 7th place.
Yeah, 6th, 7th. Jesus,
Ty was fast,
very fast.
too fast. But anyway, I text Derek after the race, told him it was an awesome job because he ended up finishing in the 5th position. But on the first lap, there was a little hairy moment. I asked him, I said, did you radio in for your brown pants after that? He missed he missed a spinning car there by about 2 inches, I think.
Yeah, Brett Holmes.
Yeah.
When it was kind of strange because the middle, you could not run the middle like at all.
Especially with a car on the outside.
Yeah, you could not do it. And first lap going into 3, Brett Holmes in the middle, and he lost it and chased up the racetrack and couldn't hang on to it. And like you say, dude, back to Days of Thunder, he looked just like Days. He drove towards the car.
He dropped the hammer and drove towards the wreck. Derek,
He barely missed him.
Derek made it through somehow. I was like, yeah, you got to be kidding me. He ain't gonna wreck on the first lap. And then all of a sudden, zoop, right through. He literally had a couple inches to the wall and a couple inches to the car.
Yeah.
Where he made it through. He had nowhere else to go. I mean, he couldn't have made any other move. There was the only one he could do. So that was cool to see. First half of the race there, he ran 4th pretty much the whole time.
Car didn't fire off well.
It wasn't firing off well, but he just kept having to start on the bottom too, which you would drop back a couple spots starting on the bottom because you couldn't stay. You need to keep wide open, and you couldn't stay wide open on the bottom, especially if the car was on the outside of you. So he would always drop back a spot when he started on the bottom, and so he ended up dropping back to, I think he ended up dropping back, 7th one time?
Mm-hmm.
Then drove it back up to 5th. So it was a good race for him.
It was, but he didn't have the car that his teammates had.
No, Brett. Daggone.
I forget his name. 15.
Jesus, yeah, I just went blank. I'll think of it here in a minute. I just had it in my head. Don't you love when that happens? But anyway, his teammate was right there with Ty for the majority of it. Even there towards the end, he wasn't far off Ty, but
Nah.
Ty took off from him. So it was good. It was a good race for Derek, but the whole race in general, other than that first lap, and then right after the midway caution, like 2 laps into it, 3 laps into it, there was a spin, single car spins. Well, the first single car spin, it started as single car spin, but somebody collected him big time. But Corey Heim, that's what it is, Corey Heim. Corey Heim was right there with Ty Gibbs. But anyway, the race is stretched out. I mean, like 3 laps into it, Derek was 4 seconds back already. And when it just stretches out like that, you just can't do it. It just, I don't know.
Well, those
kind
cars,
of a boring race.
those cars stretch out bad on mile and a half.
Yes, they do.
It just was extra bad this time. Seemed like because
Yeah.
dude, they were in no time they were stretched out. It's crazy.
And again, back to an ARCA race, 20 entries. That was it.
I don't think they got the. I don't think the business model was very good in that series either.
I think they got too much of it. I think with the ARCA East and West series, though the East and West end up getting, and they're the same exact car, they're getting a lot more, but they're not having to travel as far. I know the purse isn't as much, but they're not having to travel near as far because they just kind of stay in their region.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's kind of splitting the difference there because Kansas is right in the middle of the country. Ain't neither side going it. So
Exactly.
I don't know. There's a few things I do to make ARCA different. I personally, now this be going back old school, I think I'd drop them back to a 6-cylinder car.
Well, I mean, sure, go for it. But if nothing else, don't run anything over a mile racetrack.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Drop back to a 6-cylinder car and run nothing over a mile.
I mean, run New Smyrna, run Pensacola, but they do, but Nashville Fairground. Just run smaller Saturday night racetracks.
Yep.
I think they put on a lot better racing, and I think they would have a lot bigger fields,
I think too. I guess their deal is when they do that, they can't get on TV as much because when they're on FS1, they got to be at a companion event with NASCAR.
Right. And well, the what is it, the track pass or whatever?
Yeah, that went away.
When they had that, they were at the smaller tracks, so they had the ARCA East races and stuff on there.
And they still are, but they're on. I guess there is more on FS1 this year or on different channels.
Yeah, I don't know what all that. I don't know.
I figure next year they'll probably be on Peacock TV.
More than likely, yeah. But so anyway, hats off to him. I hope and pray that he can get him some more seat time this year in the ARCA car or whatever else he can get into. Hopefully something will work out for him for sure. Because man, he needs that seat time and he needs some viewership. He needs some people seeing him because he's very, very talented for sure.
Definitely. Well, then there was the Saturday night. There was the truck race at Kansas, and it was about as much of a snooze fest. The only thing that didn't make it a snooze fest was they had a green and white checker there at the end.
Yeah, and they went buck wild, man.
And they run over everybody.
Yeah, sure did. John Hunter was in a KBM truck. I think he was the only one to take tires.
Yeah,
Come out
he
like
dropped
12th.
way back. Yeah.
Come out like 12th or something, and then in no time he was up to 5th or whatever it was. Right, I don't know where he finished. They kind of got all into it, but Kyle Busch won him another one.
Finally, he
Yeah,
he been finishing second to John Hunter. A couple races. He probably glad to finally win one and not finish second to his own truck.
yeah, probably so for sure. So
He had a dominant truck all day. And we were listening to them on the radio, and they're like, well, we're going to take a big swing at it this time. I'm like, you've led the entire race.
Yeah, you're running 2/10 a lap faster on older tires.
Why are you...
yeah.
But it worked. I don't think their big swings at things anymore are as big as what they once were.
No, I don't think a big swing to us is a very big swing at all anymore.
Big swing. I'm taking a whole round of a track bar out of it.
Yeah.
One. I don't know. It's crazy anymore. They're NASCAR in general. This covers all three. Well, 4 if you count ARCA series. Those cars are so... I don't know. I guess the tolerances on everything now are so tight, especially with rules packages. They put everything on the edge of the rules and don't touch it.
Yeah. There's really nowhere you can go.
No. Because obviously the rule's there for a reason. So they go to the edge of the rule, and that's where the car's going to be fastest at.
That's it. That is it.
Which kind of makes it... I say just do away with the rules. Other than engine rules, other than motor rules, just do away with it.
Hey, go to a super late model package.
Nah, that's fine with me. I don't care.
No motor rule. Just run what you brung.
Dirt, super late model. Run whatever. Run whatever fuel you want. Run anything.
No matter.
Shoot a cup car to have 3,000 horsepower out there. Look like a drag car down the straightaway. Wow.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, that was good for Kyle. Finally get him another win in the truck. And, man, he kind of picked up where he left off on Sunday.
Well, somewhat, but it was another Kyle that dominated the whole race, and that was the number 5 of Kyle Larson. Pretty much dominated the whole day, and all of a sudden, late race restarts. It's kind of the opposite of how he used to be. When he was at Ganassi, he'd get a late race restart because he'd be running 4th, 5th. All of a sudden, he'd get a green-white checker, and here he comes out of nowhere.
Yep.
Now it's like the complete opposite. Now he dominates the whole day, gets a late race caution, and he's the one to get shuffled back.
Yeah.
Blaney got loose around him. Well, I don't think it was a racing deal. He got behind on a restart, then had another restart, and Blaney got loose. He run into the wall. Larson run into the wall right there on the last lap. Ended up finishing 19th, I think it was.
Yeah.
After leading the whole daggone day pretty much.
Yeah, it's a bummer. It's a bummer. But they're doing well, man. They're running good every week. So get all the bugs worked out now, and hopefully he'll be on it in playoffs.
He will. I foresee him going deep into the playoffs. Deep into the playoffs.
For sure.
I just got to mention this for fun. I think because it was like the only other caution of the race, pretty much. Bubba Wallace run out of talent again, spun out.
He's catching the devil, man.
Who'd have thunk it?
He is catching the devil. He is yet to have a top 15 finish. I saw that the other day. So, they're getting their win right out of the gate. Didn't quite happen like they wanted to.
No.
I think they set their expectations a little high.
And Denny Hamlin was talking about the other day. They just got to execute better. I think it's just executing.
I don't know. There's a whole list of stuff they got to work on, but we'll see what happens. I don't know, man. I don't know how long they're going to sit there and ride 20th. I don't know.
I don't know how long. Well, I think his sponsors are probably in for whatever.
Yeah, more than likely. He got a lot of sponsorship.
A lot of them. Just all, he had Dr. Pepper, 0 on there.
Yep, for sure. So he gets them all over the place. And
I thought he was a Coca-Cola driver.
I thought so too, but I don't know. I guess they changed it up.
Is Dr. Pepper 0? Dr. Pepper's not a Coca-Cola.
I thought Dr. Pepper was Pepsi.
No, I think Dr. Pepper and 7-Up are their own company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, who knows?
You want to know how I know that right now?
Because you're reading the can.
I'm reading off the can.
We're not sponsoring Bubba Wallace, but we did have a Dr. Pepper.
I just happened to look down. That's why I remembered I was running that this weekend.
That's good. Good stuff. But yeah, so this week coming to our hometown, man, we got 3-day deal of it. We got trucks on Friday.
Finally back in Darlington.
Been wanting the trucks to come back for a while now, man.
Get it out to Darlington County.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be over there this Friday night. Looking forward for that. Seeing the throwback schemes on the truck's gonna be cool too.
I found my favorite one already
What it is?
today. Stuart Friesen.
Tim Richmond's.
Tim Richmond's throwback.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It looked pretty sweet.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
I know Bowman did it.
Yeah.
Last year? Was that last year?
I believe so. One
Year before. I can't remember. But anyway, I really like it on truck for some reason. I don't know why.
It looks good. It looks really good.
Yeah. Actually, I think I like was it the GMS truck? Tyler Ankrum.
Yeah.
I like it.
The Wonder Bread car.
It don't have Wonder Bread on it. It's just got GMS.
Yeah.
But it is a Talladega Nights throwback.
Yeah, it's hilarious. They put a picture of a sponsor on the windshield too.
It's dangerous and inconvenient, but I sure love GMS racing. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we're looking forward to that.
I will say real quick, I saw today Haley Deegan's truck for it. I really think some of these sponsors are getting off of, and maybe this is why they moved it from Labor Day weekend. Some of these sponsors are getting off of what it was intended to be. Haley Deegan is running Ford's first paint scheme from the Ford GT's first win in blah 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 on, I think it was like Le Mans or something like that.
Yeah, I think they're kind of running out.
That is not what this race was intended to be at all.
No, I don't know, man. I don't know what they've done. They've kind of run out of stuff, I guess. I don't know, but
I don't think so.
I really felt like, well, I don't know, but I really felt like that this is the first actual. I know they did some when they went to because they was running the
Canadian Motorsports
right,
Park.
and I saw the trucks
on
did,
Labor Day
did throwbacks. Then, but I really figured it the first time this was at Darlington that you just seen some of the old paint schemes from back in '94 and all that.
Or I saw somebody running, I think it was Kevin LePage or something like that. But yeah, why not bring back the old Hornaday paint schemes and the Skinner paint schemes and stuff like that? Yeah,
yep, that'd have been pretty cool. So, but we'll see. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see that though, and looking forward to that. Getting little kids over there and checking that truck race out for sure. So, looks like right now, surprisingly enough, a Darlington weekend with no rain. Hopefully, we will stick to that and be able to get all the races in at the scheduled start times, because the last time, unfortunately, we won't be in the infield with hot passes and all this time because of the whole COVID deal. But the last time we were over there with hot passes,
you talk about a long day.
Yeah, the race, the Cup race did not start until right at midnight, I believe it was.
It was late. God, it was late.
It was very late.
I think we got home at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
It was very, very late. So, hopefully they'll get them all done at their normal time. So we got a truck race at night on Friday night, and then the Xfinity race and the Cup race is going to be during the day. So, I wish it was a night, but it's okay. Darlington is really cool at nighttime. I love Darlington at night.
Yeah,
under lights, just makes for pretty.
It wouldn't bother me if they put both Cup races at night here.
I wish they would.
It wouldn't hurt my feelings. I don't understand. Now, this is going ahead in the year. I don't understand why on Labor Day weekend, when they run the Xfinity race on Saturday and Cup race on Sunday, because it's Labor Day weekend, why, when it's 400 degrees out there, why are they running the Xfinity race during the day?
I have yet to figure that out either. I don't know, man. It must be TV deal, I guess.
Jeez, it is way too. And we've done it. We've sat in the stands to watch it. It is way too hot.
Ooh, we'll be trying to find shade for show because it's hot,
ridiculously hot.
Yeah, but anyway, we're looking forward to that. So anybody that's around, try to get over there. You can get a cheap ticket to the truck race. I know. I saw something like $15.
Yeah, kids get in. I think it's free.
I think 12 and under is free.
12 and under is free.
So anyway, if you're around and about, you want to see a good race, I think the truck race probably put on one of the better shows of the weekend. Get over there and check it out.
Well, speaking of truck series, this is throwing it back. Hold on. Throwing it back. I did good. Our buddy Earl Ramey used to have his own truck team. That's what somebody needs to do. They need to throw it back to Earl's truck team.
I think they should.
I would. You guys out there in the, especially the dirt car world, check out Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Dude, again, today, again. He puts up his winners every week. It's a page full of them.
Pile of them. Cody Overton.
Yep.
He's running Earl Ramey's stuff now. And goes out wins.
Yep. I mean, that ought to tell you something right there. Ought to tell you something. And not only was he putting in the car, guess what? He had it on. He had it on Earl's chassis down there.
Oh, yes.
Checking it out. That's what you guys need to do. You get the motor in your car from Earl. Some of them, and I saw Earl not only had crate cars winning this week, he had a Super Street car winning, which is an open motor. So I mean, he builds anything, everything.
He can do it, son.
So y'all go check out Earl Ramey Racing Engines, and he will hook you up, get your car, get you some time on the chassis dyno there. Also, anyway, what else we got for this week?
Man, there was a pile of dirt racing going on, but I honestly do not know much about
Dude,
it.
they were everywhere. I know Clay Knight over South Carolina guys got him a win. First time in a super late model there at Lawrence Speedway in the Ultimate Series, the Darlington of Dirt. That was pretty cool to see. I know the Hawkeye 100, Shannon Babb won Friday night. And then Bobby Pierce took on the big money on Saturday night. That was the big races, anyway.
Yeah.
A lot more.
There was a pile more, for sure. Our buddy Kale, he sent us a picture, man.
He had a tough weekend.
Tough weekend in his new car there. Bulls was wrecking in front of him and couldn't go nowhere. And tore
the right front pretty much off of it.
Yeah, man, I hate that. I hate it.
Good thing is that's a good thing about those cars, them legend cars, is they are easily. I mean, it might take some money, but everything is replaceable on those cars.
Yeah, you can pretty much fix about anything. So
in a short amount of time too.
Yeah, they'll have it back ready to roll for sure. So good luck to him coming up here soon.
Oh, our buddy Tyler Logard too. He finally got his car out for the first time up there in Pennsylvania this weekend, and he tried to tear everything. He had a skip going on. He had and then bring it home, and his flywheel was about to fall out of it.
Jesus,
man,
got to get the bugs worked out of that one too.
Well, he put him a new motor in it, and it's a good motor, real good motor. But I think you're finding all the other weak links around the motor now. Yeah. You put a fast motor in it, and you find that stuff. So, but that's cool. Better now than later to find all that, get it straight, and get it going.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, guys, so yep, if y'all gonna be headed out to Darlington this weekend, holler at us. We might be out there. Who knows? It's quite the possibility.
More than likely.
Quite the possibility. So y'all check us out. But another thing real quick, as always, our buddies over at Ford Bite Apparel. Y'all go check them out. Cole Vanderheiden, they took off, went racing this weekend, went to a half-mile track. I think it was. They said they were running a big old track for those cars. And something a little different from them. They missed the setup, they said. And it was really different for them, different for him, because he's used to running them small bull rings. And it still ended up finishing 15th in the A main, so could have been a whole lot worse.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Got to learn. That's a big difference for sure. So it's a lot of change there. A lot to get used to.
For sure. But yeah, y'all go check out Forward Bite Apparel. I saw today they had some chamois type rags on there. Forward Bite brand on them. But they got all the new spring and summer line out. Cool shirts, hats, anything else you want. They got it all. Y'all go check them out. But as always, people, we want to thank SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Draco Springs, Arcade Motorsports Consulting with our buddy Randy Keene, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, Forward Bite, Checkered, the new Race Hub, racing social media, all racing all the time. Y'all go get on Checkered if you're not yet. Make sure to check it out. And RMAX Solutions. Y'all, you guys in the fab industry and you in these race shops, y'all need parts for your fab machinery there to work on these cars. Y'all go check out RMAX Solutions. They can help you out, get you new machines, use machines, fix your old machines, do everything. So, anyway, I reckon that's about it, ain't it?
Yeah, man. As far as I know, again, we appreciate y'all for listening. As always, go check out the new website, chickenbonealleypodcast.com. Check it out for sure there. Go on YouTube there, subscribe, whatever. We need all we can get there. Trying to work out our new podcast studio. Trying to get things worked out for in the very near future. Trying to get something rolling with that. So once we get in there, we're gonna have it all decorated up and try to start filming these episodes here and get them on YouTube. So we need all the subscribers we can get. So we're hopefully soon we can have some live videos there. So that'd be pretty cool.
Faux show. I don't know if I can talk over here. Got something in my throat.
Did the Dr. Pepper Zero done hit you?
Yeah, apparently it did. Yeah, guys, and like you just said, and I'll probably put a post about it on our social medias, we're going to be actually getting us a real podcast studio. Not just going to be hanging out in the game room up here anymore. We're getting kicked out.
Getting kicked out. Got to move.
So you guys out there, being that Sterling just said that we're going to be live taping it every week. There are going to be a lot of shots throughout the studio in there. We want to decorate it with doors of cars, especially with your car number on it.
Yeah.
So if you want your door hung in our studio to be possibly put up, somewhere the camera can see it about every week, or who knows, we get enough, we might rotate some out. Get in touch with us. Either we'll tell you how to send the door to us so we can hang it up on our wall so people can see your number, maybe your sponsors on there, whatever else. You can ship it over to us, or if you're close or whatever, if we're going to a track and y'all are going to be at a track, we can meet up with you and get it. So I think it'd be really cool. Be a really cool way to kind of support you guys too, man. We'll talk about them while we in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Be cool for show.
Show
so,
them
looking forward to
around
that.
there.
Yeah, so you'll definitely hook us up there if you can. We sure would appreciate that, and make it look pretty John Brown neat in there. So we'll see what happens here in the next coming months, see if we can get that thing rolling.
Yep, for sure. Well, anyway, guys, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us once again, and I reckon we should talk to you next week, probably. Same time, same place. I reckon. All right, guys.
Later.